The Little Match Girl, a tale of hope and dreams. Hello, dreamers. Welcome back to Dandelion Daydreams. Today, we're sharing a tender and heartwarming tale that's perfect for a winter evening. It's the story of the Little Match Girl, a story of hope, kindness, and dreams that shine even in the darkest times. So, wrap yourself in a cozy blanket and let's begin. Once upon a time, on a cold and snowy New Year's Eve, a little girl walked through the streets of a bustling town. She was dressed in rags, with bare feet that were red and numb from the icy cold. In her small hands, she carried a bundle of matches, hoping to sell them to passers-by. But no one stopped to buy, and no one seemed to notice her at all. As the evening grew darker, the streets became quieter. Snow fell gently from the sky, covering the cobblestones in a soft white blanket. The little girl was too afraid to return home, for she hadn't sold a single match, and her father would surely be angry. So she found a small corner between two houses and sat down to rest. Shivering from the bitter cold, the little girl looked at the matches in her hands. If she lit just one, perhaps it would bring her a bit of warmth, if only for a moment. Hesitating, she struck the first match. The flame flickered to life, casting a golden glow around her. In its light, she imagined a warm stove. She could almost feel the heat on her hands and toes. But as quickly as it appeared, the flame went out, and the cold rushed back in. Longing for another moment of comfort, she struck a second match. This time, she saw a table filled with a feast: roast goose, steaming vegetables, and a delicious cake. She could almost taste it. But just like before, the flame faded, and the vision disappeared. With trembling hands, she lit a third match. This time, she saw a beautiful Christmas tree, its candles glowing brightly. The ornaments sparkled, and she imagined herself reaching out to touch them. But again, the light vanished, leaving her in the dark, snowy night. Desperate for warmth and the joy of her visions, the little girl struck match after match. Each flame brought a new dream: a warm home, a family's embrace, and the laughter of children. And then, in the light of the last match, she saw her grandmother, the only person who had ever shown her kindness. Her grandmother's face was kind and loving, and her arms opened wide. The little girl felt a warmth she hadn't felt in so long. She didn't want the vision to fade, so she struck the rest of the matches all at once. In their brilliant glow, her grandmother took her hand and smiled. The little girl felt herself lifted into the sky, away from the cold and the snow. She was no longer hungry or cold. She was safe and warm, surrounded by love. The next morning, the townspeople found her in the corner where she had been sitting. Though her face was peaceful, she had passed away during the night. They didn't know about the dreams she had seen or the love she had felt in her final moments. But up in the heavens, the little match girl was happy, free from pain, and reunited with her grandmother. And that, dreamers, is the bittersweet tale of the Little Match Girl, a story that reminds us to be kind, to cherish our loved ones, and to never let our dreams fade, even in difficult times. If you enjoyed this beautiful story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more heartwarming tales from Dandelion Daydreams. Keep dreaming, dreamers, and we'll see you in the next adventure.